When they were young, you used to tell them that you are a man. You cannot let anyone know of your emotions. You need to bottle up, man up. Allow me not to exasperate anybody, but to simply excavate the reality in a much realistic manner so that I may naturally excel in bringing more light to you. Oh, pardon my ill manners. My name is Munashe Kanyerere from North Zimbabwe Conference, presenting on the discussion, Society and Mental Health Disorders. I'll start by defining the key terms. Mark Zuckerberg, in his light of research, defined the society as a group of people who have continuous social connections, and these social connections lead to general cultural standards. World Health Organization, article of 8 July 2022, defines mental health disorders as a condition that can be clinically tested where there's a disturbance in the emotion, cognition, as well as behavior. Gone are the days where we used to have similes like as rare as a black man in therapy. With such a society, there was and definitely is Holocaust in the church, great massacre in the family, and Holocaust in the relationships. Deuteronomy chapter 20 verse 2. So it shall be when you are at the verge of battle that the priest shall assemble the people and talk to them. God in his wisdom knew that when people are in battle or are at the verge of battle, they definitely needed someone to talk to. Christians are in great battle with our adversary the devil. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 11. In such a time like this, we definitely need to talk to each other more and turn a deaf ear to the society's plea to silence. It's what they told blind Bartimaeus in Mark chapter 11 verse 48, how he would have felt after letting the golden opportunity of his life pass by. The same thing is applicable in the 21st century, where the society tells you, shh, after the loss of your loved one, when you need all the solace. Shh, after a husband is beaten by the wife. Our world in data then goes on recording. 970 million people are suffering from mental health disorders. Of these 970 million people, 85% are being triggered by the society, leading 1 in every 8 people suffering from mental health disorders. Indeed, the world has been different crazy. The society is therefore rendered toxic because of its ideologies, stereotypes, as well as beliefs. Can we not bring about change after all the society is just you and me and our beliefs? I believe we can bring about change. Miss Ellen G. White, letter 155 of 1905 then says, the society has a far greater impact to the state of the mind than many will ever realize. I quote Testimonies of the Church, volume 3, page 72, open quote, the Lord made man with a perfectly balanced state of mind, close quote, but the state of the mind has been changing ever since. Surely the Lord didn't make man so obsessed with mujolo and drip. Son of a prostitute is all they could see when they looked at the poor boy gesture in Judges chapter 11. This led the poor boy to be in so much misery and flee from his family where he could get all the comfort and hang around people who I can safely call today idiots. The same thing is happening in the 21st century. World Health Organization, as of 2019, records that 301 million children and adolescents are suffering from mental health disorders. Of these 301 million children and adolescents, 58 million are being triggered by the society. Can we not bring about change? After all, the society is just you and me and our beliefs. I believe we can bring about change. My mental health disorder better hammer tapera kufa. Our relatives are dying. Orphans are on the rise. Childless parents are on the rise. Year in, year out. World Health Organization is bleeding billions, trillions, trying to solve these mental health disorders. You can only imagine the opportunity cost of that money if only mental health disorders were non-existent. How many people could have been saved from hunger in countries like Afghanistan, Yemen, or even Zimbabwe? Miss Ellen G. White, Science of the Time, 9 February 1882, then says, a lifelong injury is then inflicted to the society because of the state of the mind that was not carefully guarded. World Health Organization records that the 4th leading cause of mental health disability are these mental health disorders, which means that 25% of the youth in Zimbabwe, as recorded by Minister of Health and Childcare 1 March 2020, are likely to be affected by these mental health disorders to the extent of the disability. You can only imagine the ripple effect, how successful they would have become, how much they would have done for the Great Commission of the Lord as instructed in Matthew chapter 28. Ms. Ellen G. White, Minister of Healing, page 252, then says, if we are heaven bound, how can we go about with the word as mentally unstable people? Indeed, the society is being affected by these mental health disorders. In my appeal, I'll talk about the Johns. John number 1, John Hopkins Hospital is recording approximately 8 million deaths each and every year, which means that that's no small magnitude. You and I have to join hands and help save a life from these mental health disorders. John number 2, my favorite John, wishes you and I a healthy lifestyle as well as our soul prosperity. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.